here I'm unboxing DeWalt. Well, so you really only have the one model that's cordless, 20 volt. I've been sitting on the fence for a while. I use it for a long, I don't know how long I've used these handheld ones. Oh man, for about good 12 years I'm lying. You know, a lot of them I've burnt out through the years. But lately I'm doing a lot more for maybe the last 10 years. Because I'm doing solid wood edging. Before I wasn't doing as much solid wood edging as I am now. And so you got to use these to trim. And if you look around, like, I mean, the cabinets, it's just miles and miles of it. I lost my old one in the shop somewhere. It's hard to believe that I could have done it. I'm trying to get somebody to pick up my wood for fire, but now I had an excuse. I was on the fence about this because I wasn't sure, you know, am I going to be getting sucked into a lot of batteries? And I had to go with DeWalt because I invested heavily in DeWalt batteries and tools, and you've seen my other reviews, and they do make good tools. First impression, I'm letting this go. There's no wobble. Like on my old one's about 8 years old. It was hard to get off. This locks in very easy. I like this. There's a dial here. I haven't figured it out yet. Right up here to dial it in, the height. You know. I don't know if that works when it's locked. Yeah, it works when it's locked. So that's a nice little feature. Sometimes you want that a little bit. So I'm liking that. I'm liking how well this goes. All right. Now, I got this separated. Now, for bit change, they gave me a wrench. And can you turn it upside down like that? Yeah, that's pretty decent. I like that. Now, there's a lock here. Not really, oh, well, it's coming right out, so it's not really an issue, I guess, until it starts locking in. Like, push to the bottom, right? And then pull back to see some metal. I was curious if this could go right to the bottom. It can't. There, that's the lock right there. I'm not crazy. The only drawback I see is having a plastic thing holding here, so I don't have a safety wrench. Like, if this thing cracks, I'm screwed. Like, I don't know how to take this off, so, because I only have the one wrench here, so I'm not feeling it. They advertise it as quick change, but I don't know how they can do that. This looks like old change. So I could say that's you know, that's misleading, because I would have loved quick change. As always, give it a shot. It's good. Now I got these doors to do. It's only veneer that I'm cutting through. Like, I've done it long enough that I can just kind of look at it like here. And I want a little of the bit. The bit I'm using, it's not brand new, and I did that on purpose, just to get a feel for it. There's a dial here. Okay, this ring thing, I haven't even figured it out here. So it kind of comes down here, and this is your adjustment. I was feeling it before, but oh, I see. So you got to go here, then you can pull it back or let it go on this. But I don't know. I'm like okay with it. You know, I was okay with it if it worked up here and I could do it. But to do it each time I do it, I'm like, I'm just gonna go mess. All right. Now I got to go get a battery. Give me a minute. Okay, I got an 8 amp, and somebody made a comment about the 20 volt mat, or there's one there, the 60 volt match, but it's a 4 amp, and that it would last longer or whatever. I took a look at it, and you're better off with just a 5 amp. You know, like say, well, it runs hotter, less hot, or whatever. No, it does. It's lithium. It doesn't. It's basically the bigger the battery is, the more it's going to store. So be careful with, like, a lot of it's just crap. All it's doing is just going to release more power right away first, and then for the extra money. Now I wanted to try with the 5 amp, but I lost it. But I'm going to do it with this to see how heavy it is. It's definitely a lot heavier than the battery. It has a nice balance. I'm definitely going to get a workout with my arm. So I get a little bit of calisthenics. Let's turn this on. How loud? Not too bad. I'm at 7. I'll try 4. Decent, I mean, I didn't, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice the difference of a cut. The motor is ice cold, but I mean, it's going through veneer. What I'm gonna try now, we're gonna do a round over. I am gonna disconnect this battery. Let's see how it comes out pretty decent. I don't want to, like, probably if I was here alone and I was in a rush, I might not even disconnect the battery. Oh, I see. So this thing connects here and then stays with it where you can't slip it off. This is a little confusing, eh? So I'm gonna turn. Not too bad, it's big turns though. Okay, so now I understand how the ring works. Okay, so now I'm disconnected. Let's see. All right. So can I get that off? Yeah, okay, so now it's, I guess that's the way it comes. Now it's sort of connected, right? And I want you to turn. But if I want to get it off, so I can lift it up like that. Okay, that's not bad actually. I'm singing its praises again. I think it's handy if you're doing some rabbiting with it. There's accessories after the market. There's a straight edge that goes with it. I wouldn't waste my time or money with it because I have a bigger rotor there if I was to do 3/4 bits. So I know when, to use it. But if you're starting out and this is, your first tool, rotor or whatever, and you're going to be using it more than it's supposed to be used, meaning bigger bits and things like that. I'm only going to say it. I'm going to say it. Get this, put a $500 budget for rotor. Get a small one and get a big one to hell with it. Don't try and do more with this than it can. I think you're just going to be frustrated. And if you get a bigger one, you can get it under a rotor table, have it stationary, and you'll fall in love. And then this one just can be your little beep bop. I ordered the vacuum. I'm also going for the vacuum with this because I've been putting up with it for so long because the big central vacs the big 4 inches don't pick up those things. And the same with this. So I'm gonna do a video on that, on my journey. I have a big shop, so it doesn't float around, but if I was in a small garage right now, even with this, you'd probably see a cloud around me. So I am gonna get a little more serious. I don't have any lung problems, thank God. And here I go. I'm gonna get that bit. This is about the biggest bit that I would ever use. Let's see, could it handle this? This thing can handle it? Yep, look at that, just fits, eh? So that's not bad. So, but I love the brushless motors. I mean, mind you, I have a lot of tools that are what am I doing? Brushless, and I've never changed them. Okay, so that's about my full depth right there. I'm just gonna eyeball it right there. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna put the battery. I guess watch the rocker switch. You know, because if you got the battery, and right now, you know, so I think that's the only thing you really gotta watch. And if you got kids, get a lock cabinet with these things, I think this, a kid can hurt himself more with this when they're, you know, they're with their buddies being alone. So I'm gonna say it there. So be careful, because look at this thing. It's just sitting here spinning. I mean, if you put a hand or a finger there, you know, body parts are gonna be going flying. So I'm only gonna say it once. There's a lot of false safety, a lot of like, you know, oh, the table saw, the mystery saw, table saw. It's not as dangerous as stuff like this. This stuff's deceiving. All right, so here's a piece of maple. I'm not gonna go get a piece of pine and go try this. Let's rock maple. Let's see what this thing can do. This is a relatively unused bit. I don't use it that much, so there shouldn't be. Now, the bigger the bit, they say the revs should be, the thinner the diameter, it should be higher. That's usually a rule of thumb. So a bigger one like that should maybe be halfway. Let's see if we can do it. Drum roll, please. Now, I want to watch it. I got the light here, right? Make sure you go left to right. That's a big mistake. All right, I'm definitely shooting out a lot of dust. Look at that, eh? I had it this way. I want to see where the bit was if you turn it the other way. But, man, that's a nice cut. Okay, it's a brand new bit, I'm not going to lie, but this thing kicked ass. I mean, I'm impressed with the motor. I've used some of the other ones. I have one here, a cheaper one. This is a medium plunge. It's a cheap one. It's like, you know, it's like a Ryobi, I guess. Compare it. That has more power. That's a way better motor. All right. So I'm thinking now. 1 second. Hey, I found my little one. It was on the back of this thing. I didn't see it because they were the same color. I found it. Wow, what an excuse. I found my old little one. Laughing there. All right. This is what I'm talking about now. All right. You got a lot more speed. I got the Bosch, whatever. Okay, you know, you probably heard electronic starts and things like that. Electronic starts, in my opinion, are silly. So they're gizmos. Just get the power. So you get these two similar. I'm not going to push Bosch or I don't know any. I know the other cordless ones. You're stuck because once you're invested, I'm not going to go out and get a different brand and spend $500 on batteries because they're so expensive now. But if you had these two, you're fine. I'll be ditching this one. This is a piece of junk. All right. You don't need the third one. So, if you're just starting out, you want to get into more of these, and this is the way to go. So yeah, definitely. I'm gonna get the vacuum holder, and I'm gonna do a little segment of me getting serious with my desk, because this isn't good. All right, so I had to pay $29 for the attachment there. It worked pretty decent. You can see this is my second pass, and the sawdust is in the center, but not nearly as much. And you can see there with the balance, it balances really, really nice. Rotary. So let's go scale. How do I rate this? Well, I wasn't too much of a fan on the dials thing at first, and I loved it. It really is nice if you're doing it. So that surprised me. I'm gonna say it. The only thing I don't like is I don't trust it, because this one went to stop here, because I've been down that road, and there's a little metal here to lock the blade, and it cracked to hold it, and you don't have a second wrench there to hold it, so it's a real nightmare when it happens. So that's why I don't like the plastic, or having another screw to hold it, so if it does snap off, you're not lost, or you gotta get repaired. So, but the power and just the feel of it and everything else, I'm gonna say it's a 9.5. It's just a beautiful tool. I can only fault it really for that. All right. So I think the only thing here is just get a metal, and then, because I know what happens is the plastic out in the sun, the UVs. I know these things don't crack; they're pretty good, and the metal base is really nice with the rubber here. That's really, it really does hold well, and it feels well. Like when I was cutting that little bit, it was nice. I could feel it just grabbing. I could feel it just grabbing as it was feeding, and it was right. Remember too, because I saw it on a few places, and I see somebody do it. I don't mean to fault them. I only do it just so they understand. Left to right, like the way you read. Don't go backwards. Somebody say, "Well, I heard climb cut going backwards." It catches the wood. It'll give you a shot. And I might do that on the CNC, but I wouldn't do it handheld. And going back on a bit, usually what that means is your motor's vibrating a lot. That's why when I was looking here, there's no vibration. Your motor, you got an older rotor, whatever, the bit is like this, wobbling. And then you see sometimes those cuts, like not being held right. That's one of the causes. So, and you think, okay, I go backwards and I clean up. No, you just cause more damage. So stay away from that. These are little handheld ones. This is 8 years old, but they haven't checked it. But you see what I mean to pull it out? I just kind of go like that, and I struggle. And I got the cord, But the power in this versus this, there's no comparison. I don't even have to put another bit in here. I've used this so long, and like I said, it's our go-to tool. If I had to put miles on this thing would be hands down winner on almost all tools except for maybe a table saw. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and we are almost the fastest growing channel. So if you can, put a link at Facebook if you love this channel. We could really use all the support. Reddit, start a chat site. I'm gonna get a little more aggressive there, pushing our site out. We're up to over 50 videos. I know, it's hard to believe, So please subscribe. Thank you for watching.